So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Scottie James from Bird in the Sky.
and we're asking some questions today about their new EP, Burn. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response
Thank
to it so
you.
far?
Amazing. Really amazing. Been sitting on those songs for a while. We're still sitting on some. We haven't released all of them yet, but getting those first few out there and getting the response that we've had and playing them live and seeing the response has been incredible. So very, very happy.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
It's an awesome EP.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Oh my God. So is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
Yeah, so it's kind of the start of the next album cycle, really. So we have a full album written and we have all the songs ready to go. But us being a smaller band, we didn't want to just throw it all out there and like have it kind of be there and then disappear quickly without all the songs getting the attention they deserve that we felt.
Mhm.
So we decided to break it up into EPs. So this first one's called Burn. It has these 5 songs, and then we plan on releasing another EP, probably like springish next year, which will have another 5 songs, and then we'll have another release, and it'll either be a third EP or it will be the full album, which will have the rest of the songs on there. And the first one's Burn, the next one will be Breathe, and the next one's Repeat. And if you notice, the first song on the Burn EP is Burn, Breathe, Repeat. So the whole album will be Burn, Breathe, Repeat as one once we get it all as one. So we were kind of doing that for one reason, financial reasons, because we are, like I said, we are still a small band and we've been doing pretty much everything on our own up to this point. We just signed on with Imagine, and so they're helping us out now with that kind of stuff. So we wanted to make sure when we do release this album, we can give it like the full treatment, do vinyl, all the stuff that you expect from a full record. So we just wanted to make sure we could do that before we put it all out.
Fair enough.
Love that.
And the cover art, any meaning behind that?
Yeah, just the Burn. We were trying to do each one, so Burn and Breathe and Repeat. So I designed this cover art. I was just trying to get that feeling of like everything's like just burnt down, and like that's the kind of the focal point of at least this record is like just burning everything and like starting over. And like I've always been one that's has no problem cutting ties. I actually like it. So like I'm a big fan of like when something's not working, cut that tie, never look back, just keep going. So that's kind of the meaning behind the album art.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for the EP?
Yeah, sure. So typically it's me and Josh are the main writers of the band. So usually what'll happen is either he'll have an idea of like a chord progression or a chorus or just a small piece of it, or I'll have it and we just share it back and forth. And so he'll be like kind of hear something like, oh yeah, I think I can work with this. So then we'll gotta like take it a little further, and me and him will just kind of work back and forth, refining it until it gets to a point where I feel like I can put some melody, some vocal melody on it. And usually what I'll do is I won't start with like lyrics. I'll just do like almost like gibberish, just to get in the notes. So I'd like hum. It won't even be any words. I'm just trying to find that melody. And once we find the melody that we like, then we go through and refine it, get the music where it needs to be, and then I'll go back and I'll fill in my words and meaning to that melody that we create. And that was something that we learned from Ricky Armelino from Ice Nine. He's the one who's producing this album. So he did a lot of these songs, and we learned. We went out to Pennsylvania with him last year, and that's really where we refined our process. Was learning from him and how he does his things. So yeah, we do that. We get it ready, and then once we got a song that we think we're ready for, we show it to our producer, and then he takes it from there, and we refine it even more, and then we get a release.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Perfect. So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this EP and the meaning behind it.
Oh man, there's a lot of lyrics on these songs that I'm super proud of. And more again, like I said, we learned a lot from Ricky lyrically too. He helped me learn how to like create a character in the song and like put that character through a story. And so that's what we try to do with these lyrics. I really like the line in the Horizons that buried all the evidence. That one, and I appreciate the sentiment. It's got that like teenage moodiness a little bit. It's like, yeah, fuck you. Oh, sorry if I can't say that.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
but
you could cuss.
it's just that feeling that's like, you either have someone in your life or multiple people in your life that just constant, just negative towards you and like just always bringing you down. And you're just like, nope, done. thanks for all you've done, but we're going this way, and I don't really care about you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think that connects with me. Just like I said, I don't know if I have fun burning bridges or what. I just I like that. I like that feeling of moving forward and not letting anything stop us. I like that lyric. I really like the lyric in Above Me. The chorus lyric. See you there above me, standing at the edge, and I've already fallen. That one, that's a good one too, because I always feel like there's a lot of people out there that just kind of like don't agree with what you're doing or just kind of have their own opinions about what you're doing. And I just want people to kind of feel like it doesn't really matter what they think. Like you do you and kind of like live your life and do what you want to do. And like that's the kind of part like you've already fallen. Like I've already fallen. I already know what that feels like. Those people that are standing above you, judging you, just typically are in the same spot as you. They just haven't quite fallen yet. So they're like standing right on the edge, just like tiptoeing closer to the edge, just not even realizing that they're gonna fall sometime too.
Absolutely. So where was your headspace at while you guys were writing this EP?
Josh, you want to take this? I took the last couple. You want to go ahead and
Oh my
share?
God, I don't. Yeah, I can. I got it. Clean me up, Scott. But I mean, I would say, I mean, this EP. I don't know if Scott's kind of gone into it, but we're sitting on a lot of other tracks right now. So we went into this all thinking we were going to do a full length album right away, and obviously we're splitting that into 3 EPs going forward. But I mean, when we started writing, I think we spent about a year writing, Scott, and then right after COVID, and also our guitar player, a lot of it came right before, about 3 months before, and after he passed away. So I don't know. I would say most of my headspace, like I'm a pretty happy person personally, and I you know, I'm pretty social. I like to be out and around and happy and having a good time. But music as my outlet's always been kind of like my anger avenue, right? It's everything that's like probably saddens me or angers me, or it's kind of that outlet for me. So I would say a lot of it was, I mean, we're all shut down in COVID, sitting in our houses and sitting in our studios, and Brad had just passed away. So I mean, there was, a lot of musically and instrumentally like was focused on him, I would say. So it was kind of it was a wild ride, but then, we took those songs to Ricky Armelino for My Sign Kills, because we had done work with him or played shows with him when he was in Hawk and Einstein. And, we spent the rest of that whole COVID shutdown pretty much in his basement, piecing this whole thing together.
Yep.
Nice.
So
anything
how do you guys...
else?
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
No, please. Is there anything else
No.
you'd like to add?
I was just asking Scott if I hit on everything, if I missed it.
No, that's pretty much. I kind of gave them the brief overview before they got on, but yeah, kind of similar. I think that's why me and Josh write so well together, is because we're kind of the same style of people. Like I use music as my like, not. It's like an outlet, like more anger, like any like depression or anxiety or anxiousness, anger, like that all comes out in music. I don't really put that out in my life too much, similar to Josh. And I think that's why we gel so well together, is we're kind of coming from the same spot, and we have similar influences, and it goes really well together. We have a good process.
Hell yeah.
That's good. So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this EP for the first time? Should they play in the car with friends, dark with headphones on? Should they blast it at a party, work out to it? What do you guys personally recommend?
Personal, I say do what you want, do your thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
If I had to choose, like I'm always a big car person. I just love like cranking it up to 13 in the car, just blowing my eardrums out while I'm driving down the road. And people can watch me just scream at my steering wheel, which is also fun. So I'd say either that or some just some AirPods. I'm always have my my AirPod Pros in, whether I'm working out or something, and I love these ones too, because they block out that sound, so it feels like that like you have the over the ears, but it's not over the ears. So I'm going car or AirPods.
Okay.
I'm a car person too. What's funny is I don't know, when we're in these album cycles, I don't even really listen to music that much, and the only time I will listen to it is when I'm in my car. So I'm definitely a car person. Blast it to 13. Scott.
All right. So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. Both of you have to do it.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go with story driven. just because the lyrics, like I said, we did a lot of work to make these songs have stories to them and not just a combined bunch of. So story driven. I'm gonna say heartfelt. We shared a lot of our inner feelings on this, especially with Brad passing. We put a lot out there. And the last one I'm gonna say is learning/experimental, because like I said before this, we did all the writing on our own. We did literally everything we did ourselves, and this is our first time working with producers like Ricky and Morgan. So really, like, this is kind of us branching out and trying new things, and like taking it all as a learning process, and taking what we learned from Ricky, what we learned from Morgan, and putting our own stuff into it. And I like the collaboration. So if I get if I get like a bonus pick, I'll put collaboration in there too.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I probably just stole all the Josh's.
No. Mine's random, dude. I'm gonna say melting pot because the more I keep thinking about this EP, like Lights was a song we did 2 years ago, and then we remastered with Adam and Ricky, and then The Flood was produced by Morgan, and we had Blake on that. Then the other 3 songs were produced by Ricky Armelino. And one of the songs, Burn, Breathe, Repeat, was the first song we did with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Horizons and what am I missing here? Oh, Above Me. Above Me was in the middle of the pack, and then Horizons was the very last song we did. So they're like, all 5 of those songs are kind of all over the place. So everything will start to tighten up on the next EP cycles. But yeah, that one's just kind of a sporadic, random mix of songs that we kind of put on there, but we kind of picked our kind of favorites, or the ones we wanted to throw out there first.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of a melting pot. It's kind of a bucket of just randomness.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. I love that. So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this EP to invoke in your listeners?
My goal, at least as a writer, is to just invoke any emotion. Like that's the goal. Like if I can just get you to feel something, I feel like I've done my job. Like that's what I always like as a writer. I like seeing people's reaction and how it affects their lives and how they relate to it. But if I always try to write from a point, I don't know about Josh, but my writing tends to live in the zone of like it sounds kind of ho-hum, but like hopeful sadness is like we all have these feelings of like, you know, anxiety and depression, and we feel down. And for me, music has been always that kind of constant that's helped get me through situations and help kind of make me feel like I wasn't alone with how I was feeling. So I would say like that, just that feeling of like, it's all right to feel like shit sometimes, but like, just stay hopeful. Like, don't give up, keep going. Just keep pushing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right.
Same.
Ditto.
So what's your favorite memory that you guys made while creating this EP?
Probably when Josh lit Ricky's garbage on fire.
What?
Okay.
I did not. I still get blamed for that. That wasn't me.
What did you do?
It was probably. I don't know. We were outside.
Oh my God.
We're outside
we were
smoking.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Whatever. I'm out on this.
Well, we were out at Ricky Armelino's recording the album, and like we were just downstairs writing, and Adam, who mixed our album, came downstairs like, "Hey, garbage is on fire outside." We're like, "What do you mean the garbage is on fire outside?" He's like, "Yeah, it's on fire." So we just like walked out, and their driveway is just like a blazing inferno, like out in the
Oh my God.
out like by the street. And we're like looking at each other, and like we all just turned to Josh, because like Josh is the only one that smokes, and he's like, I didn't do it, I swear. And like they had the cops come, and they were like trying to find out we never found out who did it, but we just kept going. We just kept saying it was Josh that lit it on fire.
It wasn't me. It wasn't. But it was awesome, so I'll take blame for it.
Yeah, so we just tell everybody he lit Ricky's garbage on fire.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
That's gotta be one of them.
I think I don't know. There's like 2 moments. I think one was just working with Ricky Armelino. Ricky's like, he's like Rain Man. I'm not even joking. He's a prodigy. That dude can piece together songs. He writes sections and stuff so well. Like it's almost nuts. It almost makes you feel like a real piece of crap, honestly.
Yeah. Super inspiring,
makes
super
you
depressing.
second guess everything. I would say that, but probably maybe the second, maybe even most. I would say probably walking that studio with Morgan and hearing the Flood come together. I mean, that was Brad, our guitar player's favorite live musician. Hell, he's probably my favorite live musician, if I'm being honest. So walking in there and actually working and have him drum on a track. I think he drummed that whole song in like 19 minutes or something ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen or do it in 2 minutes.
I think it was 2 takes. It was like 2 takes.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He like did one and listened to it, and he's like, and then he did another one. He's like, all right, and then that's what we went with. It was like, okay.
Jesus.
But yeah, just hearing that whole song and just being in there with one of our favorite, musicians, writers, that was pretty nuts. I mean, that was pretty nuts. And then, that led to that whole Animosity tour, which was so much fun.
Hell yeah.
So great.
I guess those were a little better than the Garbage Fire.
No, I would argue the Garbage Fire is the best
I was
one.
going to say, yeah, Garbage Fire is kind of top 10 now.
That's garbage. I get picked on for that stuff.
I agree with the Ricky thing. I mean, and Morgan too, but like Ricky, we kind of went to Ricky first, and like just that, like I said, that's the first time we saw like how the quote unquote real guys do it. Like we learned so much, and like Josh said, just watching him work. Like I always thought we worked hard, but like watching him, it's just like it's so inspiring to see someone who's so good at what they do, but it's also kind of like depressing. Like God, like I don't think I'll ever be this good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just, we learned so much from him and Morgan both. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm sure Josh is too. And it's just helped our writing. I mean, The Flood, that was like the first song that we wrote coming back from learning from Rick. I mean, we had some of it written, but it was like in pieces. And we didn't really finish that out until we came back from Pennsylvania. And it made our writing process so much smoother and better overall.
Yeah.
I don't like follow Ricky super closely, but I'm a fan of Ice Nine Kills, so obviously, I see his shit on my Instagram, and it's like the man goes from touring all over the fucking place, and then he goes home and he's immediately working on shit. I'm like, how do you not fucking hate music, dude?
Dude,
if you think that's nuts, he literally gets off stage. Yeah, he would like get off stage like 5 minutes, and then he'd call us, and be like, all right, let's get writing. Like it's like there's no break. He works, and it's during the entire tour and then during the entire time at home. It's just it's amazing. And like everything he does is like it's just good. Like you have like a bunch of crap and then you have like a couple of good ones, but it's just like he just pumps it out, and like, damn, dude. It's an honor to work with him.
And so what was your process like? Like how did he change your writing process? Because you were working with him with that.
The biggest thing I'd say is like Josh and I are from small towns. Like there's not a lot of musicians community around here. So we didn't really know what we were doing. We just knew we liked to write music and try to write cool songs. So what we would do is we try to like an entire song or like majority of a song and be like, okay, this is this song. Let's take it as far as we can go. But after working with Ricky, he really taught us how to like kind of micro write. So with Ricky, he's like, yeah, write the whole song. It's like a basis. That's a fine starting point. But then once you get that, like once you have the structure or like the body of the song, he taught us the biggest thing I'll always take back from his, that just to go like measure by measure, make sure every measure has something interesting in it, like no matter what it is. So rather than trying to construct this entire song or this entire riff in like one go, we now get like the idea that we want, and then we go in piece by piece, and like we'll just loop a single measure, and we'll write that and make sure that sounds cool and interesting. Then we'll go to the next measure, make sure the story is continued with each measure. That was the biggest thing for me, at least, and lyrically, for just personally, like him kind of showing me like the way he writes lyrics was very helpful to me, because like I said, it used to be me just kind of throwing stuff on the wall. I'm like, yeah, that kind of sounds cool, let's go with that, or that sounds cool. But he kind of helped me show like how to build an actual story and connect the pieces. And it's just more like verification, because like when you're writing alone in your basement, you're like, I think this is cool, but I have no idea, like it's stupid. And just to kind of like work with him and like, okay, so like this kind of stuff's cool, this kind of stuff's like whatever. So that verification helped a lot too.
Oh yeah,
that's good. Perfect. So for this question, I want you guys to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop, you're going in. What is your snack of choice?
Ooh, Josh, you want to go first? I got lots.
Ooh.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so it's got to be the sour gummy bears, the Hasbro ones that like like the really chewy. I love that like they make you work for them. Like your teeth
Mhm.
kind of like your mouth gets sore, but it's like, yeah, you earned that gummy bear. I'm gonna have to go with those. If we're in Casey's, I'll probably grab a slice of pizza.
Mhm.
And then I'm a big fan. But me and TJ, our other guitar player, we just have like totes, and it's just full of like bread, banana, and peanut butter, and we just make banana and peanut butter sandwiches all day long, and it's glorious and makes me very happy.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my picks.
Those are good.
Oh man, I'm still thinking of mine. Well, number one, really, it's the only one that matters, is sour Skittles. I love sour Skittles. I love burning holes in my tongue with those. Sour Skittles, and then, man, I usually go Doritos. Simple Doritos, sour Skittles and Doritos,
Nice.
which is so healthy.
Oh yeah.
Pinnacle of health.
Mhm.
So, on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Oh.
Minecraft
I like
culture.
that question. I like that question.
too.
But I'm trying to figure out how to make us not sound terrible.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Mhm.
I don't know. What are we? We're like a taco, dude.
I was just saying,
Oh,
we gotta
okay.
we gotta be some kind of dip. Like we got so many like hot ingredients. Like our
That's
band
why I
members.
said taco. We're just a bunch of random crap.
Yeah.
thrown in. Like we're all so different. Like that's the big thing with this group is like we're all so different. Everybody's got different backgrounds. Nobody listens to the same music for the most part. Everybody's got different favorite bands.
Mhm.
Everybody's got different backgrounds. None of us are really that like similar. So I'm going with tacos. Hell
Maybe
yeah.
like a Crunchwrap Supreme. It's like all a bunch of stuff in there, but it's all wrapped into one little package.
All right.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect. So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift away from music if that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Awesome. So we're actually going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
if you're on
perfect.
death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Oh my God. I say this all the time. I got this right now.
Okay.
I want super good Italian bread, fresh baked with olive oil and Parmesan cheese. And I will just,
oh my god.
oh my God.
Yeah.
You don't even need to put me in the electric chair because I'll just kill myself by eating too much of that. And I'll just die.
That's the best way to go. Honestly, that is the best way to go. Oh my God. Oh, and your drink. What are you drinking with that?
The oil.
Oh,
Just
God.
cups of oil.
Oh, that's rancid.
just
That's
chugging the
rancid.
olive oil.
Ah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Ew.
Man, I don't know. I'm an Italian beef guy. I'm going Italian beef,
Mhm.
20 of them, and then I'm good.
Jesus.
Mhm.
No,
I like this.
I don't know, but no, Italian beef and probably pizza. Once again, just going healthy.
Exactly.
Of course.
Oh,
And what healthy drink are you going to have with that?
yeah. Mhm.
Oh God, iced tea.
You can-
I'm an iced tea guy.
Ooh. There you go.
Unsweet. Got to be unsweet though for me.
Oh,
No,
the
no.
fuck?
Unsweet. I can do like a 90-10, like 90% unsweet and like a sweet tea, but
Mhm.
man, I can't. Those sweet teas are just too much sugar. It's like drinking a sugar cube.
I mean, but you're gonna die.
I guess so. I guess doesn't really matter. Yeah, bring on
That's
the
a very
sweet tea. Why
valid
not?
point.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
Man, I'm a nerd. I got way too many fictional worlds. God, you put me in any nerdy situation, I'll be happy. Give me Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Game of Thrones. I'm in. Like, I love all that fantasy stuff.
Scottie's going to be world hopping
Mhm.
over here.
Right.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm ready. I've been
Mhm.
waiting for this.
You mentioned Harry Potter. I feel like I always have to ask, what house are you?
See, everyone says Gryffindor. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be Gryffindor, but like, I feel like I'd get thrown in like Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. I feel like I'd be like up there, like not Hufflepuff, not Hufflepuff, and the hat would just like you're going to Hufflepuff. Boy.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a Hufflepuff, okay?
It's like I'm like that Gryffindor heart, but it's like they don't
Mhm.
see that. It's just all the rest is Hufflepuff, so I get stuck in there. Hey,
Aw.
I guess I'm gonna piss off all the Hufflepuff fans, so I apologize.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
I'm going Westworld because I kind of want to murder robots.
Oh, yeah.
Valid answer.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, Scott, I'm doing like the hard right turns on all these.
Yeah, that's all right.
No,
Murder robots fun.
yeah, either that. No, Westworld. I'm picking Westworld.
Okay.
Westworld. Perfect. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
Transparent.
That's
Ooh, orange.
That's not. I'm not even gonna take that. Try that again, man.
Oh, I switch daily, but I'd say it's a toss up between green, purple, and orange.
All right.
Depends
Okay.
on how I'm feeling that day.
Okay.
Mine's orange.
Orange. Okay, that's
picks.
good colors. Good colors, yeah.
So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Just the band, Bird in the Sky. If you haven't checked us out, we just dropped that new EP. We have a ton of songs on the way. We're gonna start writing here some more songs with Morgan over the next few weeks. So we got even more songs coming. We're easy to find: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff. Put our name in there, you'll find us. And yeah, if you're at a show, we always pride ourselves and we like hanging out with fans. So if you're ever at a show, do not be scared to come up and say hi or just screw around with us. That's half the reason we're there. Like, we love to play our show, but like, we also just love going out there and hanging with fans and drinking and have a good time. I mean, that's what we do at home anyway, with us and our friends. And when we're out, we're just friends having a good time that love to play music. So come say hi.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you for now. This guy's been Bird in the Sky, and we've been the Good Noise Podcast.